Hello, forever friends and family. I would like to welcome everybody to this webinar, Transforming Anxiety. My name is Alex Tunitsky, and I'm organizer of this webinar. It will be mixed up English and Russian language. Я всех рад очень приветствовать на этом вебинаре, который называется «Преобразование Transforming Anxiety». Zoya, please help me out with translation. What is the best way to translate Transforming Anxiety?
Я думаю, что правильно. Good evening, everyone. Я думаю, что правильно. Transforming anxiety – это преобразование беспокойства.
Беспокойство, страхов. Спасибо, да. Зоя, не отключайтесь, мне будет
anxiety, нужна... тревога тоже очень хороший подход.
Да, тревога, страхи. Зоя, не отключайтесь, мне нужна будет ваша помощь. Итак, поехали. Это будет необычный вебинар, потому что читать книгу мы будем на английском языке. Я сделаю короткий introduction, вступление для чтения этой книги на английском и на русском языке. И потом мы начнем читать эту книгу. Я хочу сразу сказать всем, что причина, по которой я решил сделать вебинар на эту тему, очень простая. Что я чувствую всеми фибрами своей души, что эта книга поможет нам всем чувствовать себя лучше и двинуться дальше по жизни лучше. Зоя, please translate.
I guess because of this situation, international situation with Europe, in Europe, we have to.
Зоя, я прошу прощения, ничего не придумывайте. Я еще не сказал ничего об этом. Пожалуйста. Потому что это очень важно, чтобы это было строго, так сказать, как вот мне хотелось бы, чтобы это было абсолютно без добавлений.
I wasn't ready. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. That's okay. No problem. We're in the learning process. That's okay. Okay, I'll do it just to begin with. I'll do it on my own. I could feel 100% that it's necessary to read, to study, to practice and implement information from this book. Я абсолютно 100% уверен, что это поможет нам всем. Чтение этой книги, применение ее, изучение и применение в жизни для каждого из нас. Почему я делаю такой вебинар mixed up, и русский, и английский? Потому что много людей, которые не понимают по-английски, но они хотя бы услышат от меня, насколько важным это я считаю. Это раз. Второе, это еще двинет этих людей к тому, что надо изучать английский. Мы в Америке. That's a reason, just a few reasons why I highly recommend to read, to study and implement this book, because I feel it that most of us need this knowledge from this book to implement for our better well-being. Но прежде чем мы двинемся дальше, я хочу просто поделиться с вами, ну, вы сейчас увидите, чем. Вчера в 7 утра, после того, как время перевели до 7 утра, был совершенно потрясающий рассвет. И я хочу вам его показать. Зоя, что мы видим на экране сейчас?
Только обложку книжки.
А сейчас?
Сейчас видим картинку, да, видео какое-то будет.
Но видео не будет, будут фотографии вчерашнего рассвета. Я был на семинаре у Даррена Харди в 7 утра, который начался. И до 7 утра я сделал вот эти вот фотографии. Это прямо из моего офиса. Вот цветок стоит, окно. После дождя замерзшие капли, потому что вчера было очень холодно утром. И вот такие фотографии восхода первого весеннего дня в Нью-Йорке и Бруклине. А вот еще одна фотография. Видно, да? Вот такой вот был вчера совершенно потрясающий, невероятной красоты восход. И вот я увеличил картинку, вот оно солнце. Но нам нужна красота. Красота, я абсолютно уверен, спасет мир. Так мне кажется. Вот и все. Поехали дальше. Now, сейчас будет другой скрин. Сейчас я это добавлю. Одну минутку. Потерпите, пожалуйста. Теперь вы have a cover, right?
Да.
Зоя, поаккуратнее с микрофоном. Очень большой шум идет. Очень большой. Алло?
Угу.
Очень хорошо, спасибо. Теперь я прошу Лену Осипову, друга и партнера по бизнесу, начать читать эту менеджера from Brooklyn, начать читать эту обложку, а Зоя потихоньку переведет. А потом кавер с другой стороны я покажу.
Good evening, everybody. The cover of the book is Transforming Anxiety, the HeartMath Solution for Overcoming Fear and Worry and Creating Serenity.
Зоя.
Решение сердечной математики – это такая программа для преодоления страха, беспокойства и создания спокойствия, умиротворенности.
Спасибо. Сейчас я дам последнюю обложку, потому что там очень важная информация. Второй кавер. Одну секунду, пожалуйста. Сейчас видно, да?
Yes.
Ellen, please read this portion, though I will translate that slowly in two sections with the rest. Go ahead, please.
The perfect antidote to anxiety. Feelings of anxiety can sap your energy, joy, and vitality. But now the scientists at the Institute of HeartMath have adopted their revolutionary techniques into a fast and simple program that you can use to break free from anxiety once and for all.
Зоя.
Получается, HeartMath – это институт, так называется.
Да.
Это институт, который дает решение для тех проблем. Превосходный антидот от беспокойства, или антидот, мы бы сказали, как бы наилучшее средство от беспокойства. Чувства беспокойства могут забирать вашу энергию, радость и жизненную силу. Но в настоящее время ученые Института математики сердца согласовали свои революционные техники или методы с очень быстрой и простой программой, которая может использоваться для освобождения от беспокойства раз и навсегда.
At the core of the HeartMath method is the idea that your thoughts and emotions affect your heart rhythms. By focusing on positive feelings such as an appreciation, care, or compassion, you can create coherence in these rhythms with amazing results.
Зоя.
В основе метода этого института математика сердца лежит идея, что наши мысли и эмоции влияют на ритм сердца. Сфокусировавшись на позитивных чувствах, таких как признательность, забота и сочувствие, вы можете создать согласованность в этих ритмах, и это приведет к замечательным результатам.
Лена.
Using the HeartMath method, you'll learn to engage your heart to bring your emotions, body, and mind into balance. Relief from anxiety, optimal health, and high performance all day long will follow.
Зоя.
Используя метод этого института, вы научитесь использовать свое сердце, чтобы неправильно. Вы научитесь привлекать свое сердце, чтобы вводить свои эмоции, тело и ум в баланс. Освобождение от беспокойства, замечательное здоровье и высокая производительность целый день последует за этим.
And there is a quotation. A powerful guide to using positive emotions and loving kindness to reduce anxiety in its myriad forms. Drawing on science and common sense, the HeartMath tools will be helpful to anyone when practiced as taught in this straightforward and easy-to-read book. Frederick Luskin, PhD, Director of Stanford Forgiveness Project and author of Forgive for Good.
Мощный справочник или гайд, чтобы использовать позитивные эмоции и любящую доброту, чтобы уменьшить беспокойство в ее различных формах. Привлекая науку и здравый смысл, Институт математики сердца, методы Института математики сердца будут очень полезны для любого, который практикует в очень простой
для усвоения в форме книгу.
Да, очень простой, да.
Легко читаемую книгу.
Откровенной и простой для прочтения книги. Это выдержка из отзыв вот этого человека Фредерика Ласкина, директора Стэнфордского. Да.
Спасибо большое, Зоя. Спасибо большое, Лена. Я закрываю эту страницу. И еще хочу сделать дополнительную introduction, почему же я считаю это очень так важно для нас, для всех. Смотрите, 2020 год и 2021 год были невероятно тяжелыми для всего земного шара. В силу всех обстоятельств. Пандемия, которая унесла много жизней. Локдаун, когда люди потеряли работу, сидели дома, боялись выходить на улицу. Все это не могло не отразиться на нас, на всех. Не могло не отразиться. Я общаюсь, извините за откровенность, с большим количеством людей, и я это чувствую, вижу и слышу. Зоя, переведите, пожалуйста.
I guess the solving of this problem is one of the urgent nowadays, especially after the pandemic of 2020, and people lost their jobs. They were locked down in their homes, and the life was very different. So not everybody knows how to cope with this situation and with the feelings that they had during this hard time.
Практически весь год 2020 люди сидели взаперти. С этими вакцинами дети были в школе, учеба онлайн и так далее, и так далее. Это не могло не отразиться на состоянии людей. Zoya?
People were locked down in their homes. They had to do vaccines. They had to do something to prevent their illness. People were doing their jobs together with their kids because they're doing they were doing school online. So it was a hard time for everyone.
Yeah. Едем дальше. И Завершение 2020 года, конечно, невероятная ситуация с выборами президента Соединенных Штатов Америки. Мы не будем сейчас обсуждать, что к чему и как произошло. Мы знаем, что ситуация была чрезвычайно неординарная за всю историю Соединенных Штатов Америки, что привело к расколу во многих семьях среди друзей, близких и знакомых. Зоя?
After after the time when we had to elect the president, it was a hard time because the opinions about this was different, and a lot of people, they had fights, even the members of the family. So that added more problems in their lives, in addition to pandemic.
Спасибо большое. Дальше мы закончили, наконец-то, с большими надеждами 21 год, перешли в год 2022, и вроде бы все шло так, как нужно, и вдруг 24 февраля 2022 года. Война в Европе между двумя братскими народами. Россия напала на Украину. И уже 19 дней продолжается война.
And again, in addition to those problems, at the beginning of this year, in February, on the 24th of February, 2022, we had one more, a very tragic event, that Russia sent their troops to invade Ukraine. So the war between two fraternal countries started. And we are having today the 19th day of this war.
Это тоже внесло, мягко говоря, вот тут все, кого я вижу. Iris just joined us. Good to see you, Iris. We all have, except Iris, and she might have also some people from Ukraine and from Russia. So it will affect everybody. It's already affected everybody. That's why we must be healthy as much as we possible have a chance. Zoya?
Это событие, несомненно, затронет судьбу или жизнь каждого человека. И поэтому мы особенно должны заботиться в настоящее время о своем здоровье.
И вот я свято верю в то, что эта книга поможет нам это сделать. Не просто я верю, я прочитал уже 25% этой книги. Не просто прочитал, а проработал. Чем я и поделюсь с вами сегодня, когда мы сейчас начнем читать. Зоя?
And I'm sure that this book, Transforming Anxiety, will help us to overcome our troubles and problems. And I have already read 25% of this book, and I'd like to share my impressions of it. And I'd like to work on this book together with you.
Thank you very much for translation. Спасибо большое за перевод. И сейчас мы будем читать, Лена будет продолжать читать эту книгу, а потом мы двинемся дальше по этой книге. Ну вот мы двигаемся дальше. Спасибо большое, Зоe, за перевод. Я знаю, что это очень непростая задача. Thanks a lot, Zoe, for translation.
No problem.
Helen Osipov, my friend and partner from Brooklyn, New York, manager, please go ahead. Добавить еще одно слово, пару слов. Мы не будем переводить книгу с английского на русский. Не будем. Все, пожалуйста, Лена, читай.
I recommend HeartMath without reservation to all individuals and organizations that are striving to create with the compassion and intelligence of the heart. Gary Zukov, author of The Seat of the Soul and The Dancing Wu Lee Masters. Doc Childre and Deborah Rosman have developed a very usable and effective approach to anxiety that is grounded in research, as well as an accumulation of treatment-based experience. Their techniques and strategically laid out to build one upon another and can be extremely helpful to people with a variety of anxiety problems. Stephen I. Sideroff, PhD clinical psychologist, assistant professor in the Department of Psychiatry and Behavioral Science at the University of California, Los Angeles. Transforming anxiety is a powerful guide to using positive emotions and loving kindness to reduce anxiety in its myriad of forms. Drawing on both science and common sense, the HeartMath tools will be helpful to anyone when practiced as taught in this straightforward and easy-to-read book.
Hold on for a second, please. There is a notice. Note right here I want to share with everybody. I don't recall what it. Трансформация тревоги. Я просто сделал перевод на русский, потому что я для себя хотел прочувствовать это максимально. Thank you. Go ahead.
Those words were by Frederick Luskin, PhD, director of the Stanford Forgiveness Project and author Forgive for Good. As a caregiver to cancer patients, I know how essential emotional management is to the healing process. This book offers hope to those who struggle with anxiety and healing to those who put its principles into actions. If you let this book into your heart, you will live a happier, healthier, and, I believe, longer life. Reverend Dr. Michael Berry, Director of Pastoral Care for the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, Eastern Regional Medical Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The power and genius of HeartMath's solution for transforming anxiety is found in its simplicity. The proven techniques shared in this book can be practiced anytime, anywhere, by anyone, and I'm confident that they will not only transform your anxiety, but also transform your life. John Gordon, America's #1 energy coach and author of the 10-Minute Energy Solution. HeartMath offers individuals of all ages effective strategies to cope with the increasing stress and anxiety of everyday life, and therefore the opportunity to make wiser, less emotionally charged decisions for themselves. Nearly everyone can benefit by using the HeartMath processes to manage the perpetual stresses each of us encounters. This book offers professionals and lay people alike additional tools to improve their own quality of life and that of their patients and clients. Lily Friedland, PhD, ABPP, member of the Council of Representatives of the American Psychological Association, and past president of the APA's Division 46 Media Psychology. Once again, the masters of the heart and mind connection have developed brave new inroads into the realm of humankind. It is no wonder that we continue to see magic from their inside. HeartMath is an unending guide to the inner self, the evolutionary brain, and the enigmatic heart. My own experiences with HeartMath continue to underscore the unique approach to health and well-being. Outstanding self-directed knowledge provided by their new approach to anxiety not only serves to create better individuals and leaders, but ultimately better companies. Kathy L. Greenberg, PhD, physical anthropologist, co-founder and managing partner of H2C, Happy Companies, Healthy People, and co-author of What Happy Companies Know. The well-being and health benefits that can accrue when people apply to techniques developed by HeartMath can have a significant positive impact on often incapacitating symptoms associated with anxiety and related syndromes. HeartMath techniques can have an impact on the biological mechanisms that underpin these conditions, not only in individuals, but groups of individuals in an organization. In my experience, HeartMath is an immensely powerful set of tools as individuals with anxiety can learn to recognize and modify their own response, reducing the negative effect that anxiety and anxiety-induced symptoms can have on their well-being and overall health. Tony Yardley Jones, FFOM, FRCA, S, PhD, DeepMed AC, Director of West Berkshire Occupational Health at Royal Berkshire Hospital in Reading, United Kingdom.
Elena, for a future, I missed to tell you, do not read all these titles, just the name.
Okay.
Just to save time.
Sure, okay. This latest work from HeartMath is a model for other self-help books. The reader is actually taught easy-to-use strategies that can resolve anxiety and other problems in living. HeartMath strategies can be learned and used without professional assistance or they can be taught by practitioners whose goal is to empower their clients. The case studies give the reader hope and confidence. I teach HeartMath concepts in many countries and have found them highly effective with people of widely diverse cultural, geographic, and religious characteristics. HeartMath methods produce healing whether used by themselves or in conjunction with the friendly biofeedback devices famously pioneered by the HeartMath team, which is to say that I have found them to work as well on an isolated, tsunami-ravaged beach as an uncomfortable clinic. I strongly recommend this book both to individuals seeking to treat themselves and to their teachers. John Hartung, doctor. Transforming Anxiety is a unique work of compassionate science. The reader will discover within its pages heartfelt empathy whose genesis is founded in some of the most intriguing research of our time. It is an operator's manual for anyone who has ever been caught in the wake of the emotional tsunami known as anxiety. But it is so much more for those who take its wisdom to heart. It is a roadmap to inner peace and a greater sense of fulfillment. Don Baker, PhD. I called HeartMath to ask them to help after Hurricane Katrina, and they did. We have been using HeartMath techniques with the evacuees with the great results. Our clients are pleased, and so are we, with the effectiveness HeartMath brings into our clinical practice. I'm familiar with most of the HeartMath literature, and in my opinion, Transforming Anxiety is the best book put out by HeartMath to date. It conceptualizes the HeartMath philosophy and combines practical tools, science, and examples in a coherent blend of simplicity that makes it understandable for the layperson and provocatively insightful for the clinician. It has stirred my mind and my heart. Butch Robbie, it's like French name, clinical director. Transforming Anxiety is a fantastic and functional read for anyone who wishes to bring more balance and alignment into their life. This book gives you the most practical guidance on how to manage your emotional energy. It helps to identify the very nature of anxiety, fear, and the internal loops we create, so that we can truly understand how best to evolve from them. Kansas Carradine, Star of Cavalier. Now it's Transforming Anxiety, the HeartMath solution for overcoming fear and worry and creating serenity. Dedication. Transforming Anxiety is dedicated to the millions of people experiencing increasing levels of worry and anxiety in these rapidly changing times. Anxiety is an understandable response to change and uncertainty, but it can be progressively managed and transformed. From the power of your own heart intent, you can learn to diminish anxiety reactions as they happen and rebalance your system more quickly after anxiety overload. And with practice, you can increasingly prevent getting overloaded, especially by some of the same old situations. At the pace that stress is increasing in the world, neither technology nor other people will be able to free you from anxiety and stress because it's an individual inside job. Often people try to practice less stressful attitudes, but are still overcome by the weight of a situation. Our intent is to make it easier for you to light a new fire in your commitments to stick with less stressful attitudes and responses to life's challenges. The power to do so is within the intelligence of your own heart, which you already own. Often, to connect with the depth and strength in your heart's intelligence, you need hope. The tools provided in this book are designed to help you build your own hope as you go, which is empowerment in action.
Helen, thank you very much for your reading. Take a break, please. And I would like to ask, continue to read this book. The Most Reliable Manager from New Jersey. Iris, you have this title forever with forever and with us, all right? So please continue from this page.
Thank you, Alex.
I didn't mention your name. I said Iris Christabel, the most reliable manager from New Jersey.
Thank you so much, Alex. Thank you,
you.
everyone. Okay. Acknowledgements. This book is a testimony to the many people who helped research the psychophysiology of anxiety and test the concepts, tools, and techniques provided in this book in their own lives. They have proven within themselves the effectiveness of engaging the transformative power of the heart to release worry and resolve anxiety. We especially acknowledge the dedicated staff of HeartMath who work with quiet vigilance to help make this method simple and user-friendly. We also thank the scientific researchers who are applying the HeartMath findings in their laboratories, as well as the psychologists, psychiatrists, cardiologists, and other healthcare professionals that are now using HeartMath methods in their practices. We appreciate Dr. Jeffrey Stevens for writing the foreword to this book and for his dedicated teaching of HeartMath to anxiety sufferers. We thank the people who have provided testimonials and transformational stories about their applications of the tools, techniques, and concepts in this book to help them come alive for others. We wish we had room in the book to share all of their inspiring personal stories. We especially thank those who helped with the planning, editing, and publication of Transforming Anxiety, Matt McKay, Catherine Sutker, and others at New Harbinger Publications. Dr. Roland McCrathy, Director of Research of the Institute of HeartMath, our reference editor, Dana Tomasino, at the Institute of HeartMath, Priscilla Stuckey, our developmental editor, and Amy Scott, our copy editor. Thank you all for your care and commitment to this work. Forward. I don't like where I'm going, and I don't like where I've been. Why am I in a hurry? Bertolt Brecht. What you hold in your hand is an excellent source book of tools developed and perfected by Doc Childer and the Institute of HeartMath. The tools are devoted to the management and transformation of anxiety. This book is, however, much more. Its primary focus is on the development of self-control, stress management, increased objectivity, choices, and compassion. The quote by Brecht reflects the now all too familiar modern sense of perpetual stress. Our psychological systems are better suited to coping with a short-term stress. Chronic stress is implicated in numerous psychological and physical maladies, even causing brain damage. The concepts in this book, a blend of the old and the new, are a response to the rising tide of perpetual stress. I first became interested in HeartMath after seeing the Institute research on the health benefits of love. I incorporated HeartMath tools, both personal and professionally, including them in the treatment of patients at the Anxiety and Panic Clinic at Kootenai Medical Center. As my private, I saw results with time there was an understanding of why these tools were so effective. It's known that for psychological well-being, an inner locus of control.
Iris, I'm sorry, you start breaking up for some reason.
In contrast, an external locus of control. Okay, how's that?
I hear you, Iris.
Oh, thank you, Nina.
I'm so sorry. It happened on my side. Something happened with internet. I have a challenge with internet by my provider. Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, now
I can hear you, Alex.
Okay, please go ahead, Iris. I'm so sorry. Did you see the picture?
Not yet.
Hold
It
on.
disappeared.
Okay, let me handle it. Hold on, please. And I thought it's something on your side. I apologize about that. At 4 p.m., they sent an email from my cable company that they resolved the problem. Can you see the image of the book right now?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see
Okay.
the screen.
Hold on, let me start to record again. It's recording now. Okay, please go ahead. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, in contrast, an external locus of control is associated with a sense of being victimized. Anxiety is frequently linked to the perception of things in the environment. Other people, my feelings, my thoughts are not in my control. Feelings and emotions can be difficult to control. As a result, efforts to do so often prove ineffective. Controlling the environment or treating oneself as an object to be manipulated, get a grip, don't feel that way, tends to be backfire. Fighting anxiety often makes it worse. Arousal patterns, fear, anxiety, anger, panic, impaired thinking, and judgment while demanding quick action. Bodily sensation in high anxiety states are misinterpreted and catastrophized. Threatening feelings emerging from the brains, the out of the blue sensation can create panic even before any thought occurs. Emotional regulation or self-regulation with the HeartMath tools fosters a calming of the nervous system through a mixture of psychological, physiological, and psychological techniques. With practice, other people, my feelings, my thoughts are not in my control. Oh, next page, please. With practice, these tools increase awareness of a more objective observing I,
helping one to choose to shift attention and creative productive feelings like gratitude and appreciation. With practice comes the ability to face and restructure the automatic and ingrained patterns of thoughts and feelings. The old automatic and trance-like negative patterns tend to grab one's attention. They can, in fact, become one's psychological reality. The mind predicts something bad is going to happen, and as a result, one experiences significant physical and psychological disturbances. This ignores the fact that no one knows what will happen. Likewise, the what-ifs are unrecognized as fantasies. The mind has trouble differentiating thoughts and feelings about reality from reality itself. I'll never eat again is a real feeling after stuffing oneself. We should, however, be slow to sell the kitchen. The idea that I would be all right if the world would straighten itself out is this.
Iris, you mute yourself.
The
Go ahead.
idea of scarcity of successes, a common and alienating belief. The idea of reprogramming one with own neurocircuitries is not far-fetched. Indeed, there is a growing body of evidence to support the assertion that changing one's attention and thoughts can and thus change the physical structure of the brain itself. The capacity of the brain to alter its structure has been demonstrated. For example, the treatment of obsessive-compulsive disorder and the use of cognitive therapy for depression. Changing your thoughts and feelings can also change brain activity. Imagining playing the piano produces a PET, positron emission tomography, scan of the brain that is almost identical to the scan of actually playing the piano. Shifting to positive attitudes and feelings produces PET scans of the brain that are almost identical to the scans generated by real mood-altering medicine. Thoughts and feelings are not things, nor is mind that contains them. Rather, they seem to be, at least in part, processes. The HeartMath tools improve one's awareness of the relationship between thoughts, feelings, and body, rather than working on the anxiety itself. Much as the fabled Zen archer focuses on the relationship of the bow to the arrow rather than hitting the target. The movement of awareness and choice to the heart, the nous or eye of the soul to the Greeks, and withdrawal from ineffective and unnerving states of over-identification, over-attachment, and over-care will help lead to the transformation of anxiety. I hope the reader will appreciate and utilize the tools elaborated by Doc Childrey and Deborah Roseman. These tools are powerful and full of heart. Jeffrey Stevens. Introduction. It's obvious that anxiety has become rampant in today's fast-paced society. Most people have some anxiety about themselves, their family, and their future. Anxiety about the world's problems, climate changes, terrorism, diseases is also on the rise. But increasingly, people experience unremitting anxiety that can turn into an anxiety disorder. Why this is occurring and what individuals can do to overcome fear and worry and create more serenity, especially during uncertain times, is the most important subject of this book. Below are the most common anxiety disorders as well as the most common way of addressing them today.
Hold on for a second, Iris. I'm sorry for interruption. I have two comments here I would like to share with everybody. Become rampant. Anxiety has become rampant. Беспокойство стало свирепствовать среди всех. Вот это перевод на русский язык. I just would like to emphasize this. It's number one. Number two, anxiety disorder. I want everybody who doesn't speak or doesn't understand these two words clearly. I made a translation. Неослабевающая тревога, которая может превратиться в тревожное расстройство. Вот этот дословный перевод. Неослабевающая тревога, которая может превратиться в тревожное расстройство. Ну, а дальше, сами понимаете, здоровье, конечно, я не дописал. Please go ahead, Iris. Sorry for interruption. I believe it's valuable for everybody to have a clear picture.
No problem, Alex. Anytime. Below are the most common anxiety disorders as well as the most common way of addressing them today. As you will see, the HeartMath solution for addressing anxiety differs in important ways from the usual intervention for anxiety. The HeartMath solution is based on new research on how the heart and the brain communicate and how people can harness the power of their physiology to regulate their own emotions to expand intuitive perception. As people achieve their own intuitive heart understanding, anxiety begins to release and is replaced by increasing peace serenity. Common anxiety disorders. Each of the following types of anxiety disorder may range from very mild to pathological medical conditions where sufferers should see a doctor who specializes in the disorder. These conditions can be triggered by a number of factors: genetic predisposition, traumatic stress, environmental conditions, or repetition of stressful thoughts and anxious reactions over time. General anxiety disorder, GAD, is the most common anxiety disorder. It starts with repetitive, unmanaged thoughts and emotions and becomes GAD when anxious thoughts and feelings are chronic for 6 or more months. If you have GAD, you may be irritable or edgy, tire easily, find it hard to focus, have muscle tension, or have difficulty relaxing or sleeping. The National Institute of Mental Health reports that the number of people with generalized anxiety disorder has increased dramatically since 1994. And the number of children taking anti-anxiety and antidepressant drugs is now soaring. For example, in 2002, nearly 6% of all boys and girls were taking antidepressants, triple the rate in the period 1994 to 96. Obsessive-Compulsive Disorder, OCD, is when obsessive thoughts or impulses keep intruding into your awareness. This can be very wearing, and if you suffer from OCD, you can feel like a victim of these thoughts. Obsessive thoughts leads
Hold
to...
on for a second, Iris. Sorry for interruption. I just would like to emphasize, look at this section in blue color. For example, in 2002, nearly 6% of all boys and girls were taking antidepressants, triple the rate in the period of 1994 to 1996. Is that crazy?
Yeah.
It's horrible. Boys and girls. Please go ahead, Iris.
Obsessive thoughts lead to... Next page, please. To compulsive behaviors. Repeated rituals performed to try to release the anxiety, like checking doors or windows again and again to make sure they are locked when there is no danger, or washing your hands over and over. Bulimia, anorexia, and cutting, on the rise among teens, are compulsive behaviors people engage in as attempt to release deep anxiety. According to the Anxiety Disorders Association of America, about 25% of general anxiety disorders result in some type of obsessive or compulsive disorder. Panic disorder is identified by recurring panic attacks. The heart beats fast, and there may be tension or pain in the chest. The physical sensation of panic attack can be overwhelming and scary as you feel if you are losing control. Many with panic disorders also have phobia or irrational fears. They often have undiagnosed cardiac arrhythmias. Phobia disorder is a fear of panicking or losing control in certain situations. So those situations are avoided. There are many kinds of phobias, but the most common are the fear of heights, fear of panicking in an elevator or elsewhere in the public, and fear what others will think of you as if you panic. Post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, occurs after deep emotional shock or a traumatic event, such as witnessing extreme violence, experiencing war, or emotional or physical injury that has left you feeling betrayed or violated. Common therapies for anxiety.
Hold on, Iris. Let's take a break here. First of all, thank you for reading. You see, I missed to highlight it here. Experiencing war or emotional or physical injury that has left you feeling betrayed or violated. That's what we have right now, all of us. So let's stop here on this section. And I would like to ask if it's possible for a person who give me this book, send me the book like a gift. And I appreciate her very much. Her name is Anna Shevtsova. She is with us, and she has more than anybody else experience to read, to study, and implement information from this book. And I also would like to ask Anna to speak slowly in English and ask Zoya to translate to Russian, please. Anna, unmute your microphone. You got it. And Zoya, are you ready? Yes.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
The way I found this book, it was, I was looking for cause, I was looking to find the cause of some health problem that I had as regular headaches, high blood pressure, and chest pain. So I went to doctors and different doctors had all kind of tests and they didn't find anything.
Zoya?
Я искала какой-нибудь курс лечения от того, что у меня была голова болела, высокое давление было и боль в груди. И что, я не помню там. И пришла к докторам, да?
Да.
Но они ничего не нашли.
Они ничего не нашли.
But eventually I was lucky to find a good physician.
И в конце концов я нашла хорошего физиотерапевта, да? Или это терапевт?
Нет, physician-терапевт. So when telling him about my symptoms, so I thought that symptoms that I had, like pressure in my temples and in the back of my head, were signs of high blood pressure. But actually, he said no, it was just signs of anxiety.
И когда он узнал о моих симптомах, особенно когда узнал о боли в висках и боли сзади головы, то он сказал: нет, это не высокое давление, это что?
Anxiety.
Anxiety. Это, да, беспокойство, тревога.
The signs of anxiety. And the danger of high blood pressure is that it has no signs.
I didn't get it.
The danger of high blood pressure is in what that it doesn't have any signs.
И опасность того, что высокое давление, что оно не имеет никаких этих симптомов.
Yes. It has symptoms, but has no signs that you can.
Да, вы не можете почувствовать высокое давление.
Right. And also, I found out that my chest pain was due to acid reflux, which was in its turn due to anxiety.
И у меня боль была в груди из-за кислотно-щелочного баланса. Не из-за кислотно-щелочного баланса, а из-за вот этого чувства тревоги, беспокойства.
No, acid reflux, it's not...
Изжога.
Это
да,
изжога?
да, это не баланс, это изжога. Это когда acid goes back to from your stomach to your esophagus. And because the esophagus sphincter didn't close fully due to anxiety.
Я не понимаю, что такое это.
Ну, это потому что сфинктер у пищевода, это клапан, который соединяет пищевод и желудок, он не закрывался полностью из-за anxiety. Well, doctor suggested to review my diet and go to bed not less than after 3 hours after the last meal. So that would help with this also.
И доктор порекомендовал соблюдать диету и не ложиться спать после, ну, ложиться спать только хотя бы после 3 часов, когда вы употребляли пищу.
После последней еды.
После последней еды.
He also recommended meditations and physical activity, and look at your diet, what may also trigger anxiety.
Он порекомендовал физическую активность и медитацию и сказал, что anxiety может вызывать что, питание тоже?
Yes, some certain foods. He said, so for some it can be broccoli that can trigger anxiety.
Что некоторые виды еды могут вызывать беспокойство. Например, брокколи, да?
Oh, some people, yeah. That's what he said. So just watch what you eat and just see your body's reaction to it.
Просто смотри, что ты кушаешь, и наблюдай за собой, какая реакция у тела на разный вид еды.
Yes, and the tricky thing about anxiety when it becomes a chronic disorder is that it can fire anytime, even in your sleep automatically.
И это может повлиять на сон, да?
No, the tricky thing is it can fire anytime, and it can start automatically, even in your sleep. The fit of anxiety can be just in your sleep, you know.
Трюк этого заболевания в том, что оно может проявить себя в любое время совершенно, даже во время сна.
And you can, in a good mood, feeling calm, and all of a sudden your anxiety spikes up.
И ты можешь себя чувствовать очень хорошо, и в хорошем быть настроении, и вдруг ты можешь внезапно чувствовать вот это расстройство.
The danger of anxiety is that it damages your body while you're going through that state, and during it, anxiety turns off your immune system, which is super dangerous.
И очень сильно влияет это заболевание на тело и особенно на иммунную систему.
Yeah, it turns off.
Оно отключает иммунную систему.
Это может быть очень опасно.
Yes. When I came across this wonderful book, I was shocked to learn how many people actually suffer from anxiety.
Я когда читала эту книгу, была шокирована тем, что как много людей имеют это заболевание.
And the book gives you understanding about what anxiety is and how it behaves, and give you real tools for transforming it.
И книга дает тебе понимание полностью все про это заболевание и как пользоваться этими средствами, чтобы избежать его.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna, very much. Thank you, Zoya, for your wonderful translation very much. I know it's not easy. It's not easy at all. Well, I believe we should conclude as of today. We read 10% of the book so far. I highly recommend you to read as soon as possible, as much as you possible. I could share with you my personal experience. When you read and you break for days or 2, you will have less results. So do whatever it takes to read this book, as many pages possible, at least 35, 45 minutes every day, but every day. It's not too many pages to read, as you could see on the screen. So with 10% of the book, but we had a conversation, we had a translation. So it's really valuable. Absolutely, absolutely really valuable. I would like to thank you everybody for participation. I would like to thank you, reader, to Helen and to Iris Cristobal, and again, and Anna and Zoya for translation. I'll see you next time. Thank you.
And let's
Take care. Bye-bye.
congratulate, I'm sorry, congratulate our Ludочка with her birthday yesterday.
We did yesterday.
Yeah, we
Happy
did.
birthday, Luda, again.
Thank
Happy
you very
birthday.
much.
Happy
Thank
birthday,
you.
Luda.
Thanks.
Be healthy, wealthy, and wise and beautiful.
And read the book.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Definitely yes.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.